It's kind of crazy that I've been owning a PSP for 20 years and I got it as a Christmas present in 2006, so it will be 20 years this year. And my first PSP was the fat model, the pink fat model, and it was beautiful, but unfortunately it broke a few years later. I don't even remember how. I think my brothers broke it. My parents got me another one, probably still for Christmas or my birthday, I don't remember, but that's because I used it a lot. It was probably like my favorite console for a long time, and the model they got me after the pink PSP I still own. It's this one right here. So that means I've been using my PSP for 20 years. I've had 2 different PSPs, just as I said, and this one I've had for almost 20 years, probably 17, 18 years, and it still works fine. It still looks beautiful. I genuinely think that the PSP has a very cool modern look. It has a cool design. It's very small, very comfortable. At least for me, I have kind of small hands, so it fits perfectly in my hands. The only bad thing about the design is that the stick right here is kind of uncomfortable. At least if you play for like a few hours, it can get quite uncomfortable. But still, it's a great console. It's a great portable console. And I really hope that Sony will make another one soon, because if they make another console like the PSP or the PS Vita, I think they cannot go wrong. I didn't buy the PS Portal because I don't think that's the same thing, you know. I don't even have a good enough internet connection to remote play games, so I don't really care about that. But the PSP is great. The PS Vita, I know it's also a great console. I never had it, but I know it's an amazing console. But yeah, speaking of the PSP, it has a great library of PS1 and PSP games. There's a lot of PSP games, and there's also like a good number of PS1 games, digital PS1 games, of course, that you can play on it. It's amazing that you can, you know, play those PS1 games on the go. That's really, really cool. And also, as I said, like the PSP library is huge. I gotta be honest, I only play like my selected small collection of games. I always played like the GTA games, the Sims games, and a few other ones as well, but I don't have like a huge collection, a huge library, but there's actually like a lot of games for it. And right now I have quite a few digital games on my PSP. I have it right here. I'm checking as I'm speaking, because I've mainly been playing The Sims 2 and The Sims 2 Castaway. I think those 2 are my favorite games on the PSP. And yeah, I really appreciate the PSP, because I think, especially nowadays, it's such a great console to have. It's a very simple console as well. It's very light, it's very easy to carry around, to just put in a bag and bring with you wherever you want to go. And another great thing about it is that it's basically a multimedia portable console. So you can play like music and movies, and also look at pictures on it, which is awesome. I do have a few songs on it. I always used it as a MP3 player, basically. I would play games and also listen to music, and I would bring it around everywhere back when I was younger. You can do whatever you want with it, as long as you own the media you put on it. And if you have like a PSP camera, I don't know how they're called, but if you have a camera for it, you can put it on top of the PSP right here, and you can take pictures with it, which is also amazing. I used to have one of those, but I don't know where it is. It disappeared at a certain point. I don't know what happened to it. But the fact that it's like a multimedia portable device is very useful today, because if you don't want to use your phone, you can kind of use the PSP you can kind of use it as a substitute. So instead of using your phone to do these things, you can use the PSP. And also, I never used it to watch videos, because every time I tried when I was young to put a video on it, basically it said that the file was corrupted. And I searched it up online, and they say that you need to convert the video to a specific format. But yeah, if you want to do it, just know that you have to search it up online first to know which format is supported, otherwise it won't work. Also, I don't have a lot of space on it, but you can update the memory storage up to 64, 128 gigabytes. Just know that 128 gigabytes, I think it's like the limit, because if you put anything bigger than that, it might give you like some corruption issues. It might give you some glitches and stuff. So as I said before, the PSP supports both digital and physical media. So if you don't want to have only digital games on it, you can also buy UMDs, which are these very tiny discs. They have like a case, a protective case around them. Like the disc is inside this plastic thing so that it doesn't get scratched. And I think it's like a very cool design. It's a very cool thing they did. And that also goes to show that if they want to, they can make physical media portable. Because nowadays I feel like if Sony would make another portable device, I don't know whether or not they would do like something like this. I feel like they would just make it digital, right? Except for Nintendo, I think that Microsoft and Sony would just make like portable digital type of devices nowadays. And that's a shame, because I think that, you know, as you can see, that's absolutely like possible to do some sort of physical media for games, even for such a small console. And the UMDs you can basically put in the back of the console. Like, look at it, it's so cool. You basically have like these tiny discs that you can bring with you. When you put them in the console, I gotta be honest, they are a bit noisy. Like they make quite a lot of noise. I don't know if it's my PSP, but you know, they make that the classic reading noise where you have the disc spinning and everything is so small, so you can hear it very loud because you have the console in your hands, it's close to you, so you can hear the disc spinning and the tiny drive kind of moving around. And as annoying as that can be, honestly, it's like it's worth the price. I like the fact that I can have physical games on it, so honestly it doesn't really matter. So I only have like a few UMDs, but the one that I'm never going to sell most likely is this one, because it's The Sims 2, and this is like my favorite game on this console. And as you can see, it has like the manual and everything, so it's like a full physical version of a game that used to be like on PS2. So the PSP is kind of like that middle console between PS2 and PS3. So you have a lot of PS2 games on it, and they are very specific ports. So basically they're not the same game as the PS2 version. They're games that have been developed specifically for the PSP, and they used to do that a lot back then. Like, I don't know if you guys remember the Nintendo DS ports. You have the Sims 2 also on the Nintendo DS, and it's a completely different game from the PSP or the PS2 version. It was like something completely different and new, and I really like that. You could basically play like 3 different games just by buying the game multiple times on different platforms. But yeah, as I said, UMDs are really cool, and if you want to like build a collection for the PSP, you can. Nowadays they're really cheap. Something that I think is really important to do with these old consoles is to also always talk about the downsides, the cons that these consoles have, because they're not perfect, okay? And a few downsides that the PSP has are the fact that you need like the Memory Stick Pro Duo micro SD adapter, which is very annoying because you cannot put your normal like micro SD adapter inside of the console. You have to buy this proprietary, I don't know how it's called, honestly, but it's like this thing that Sony made so that you can adapt to the micro SD inside the PSP, and if it breaks you have to buy it again. It's like, it's not something that you just have lying around, you have to buy it specifically for the PSP. And also the battery does not last very long. In my case, I have like a 1200 battery, like I don't know how it's called. I'm gonna open my PSP right now to show you. You can kind of open this thing right here, and there's the battery. So It's good that they did this, because basically you can just buy another battery if this one dies, and you can change it very easily. But as I'm going to show you right now, if I can get it out of the thing. Okay, that was very easy. I'm dumb. Basically, this is the battery, and it's only like 1200 mAh. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not gonna even try. But it's a very small battery pack. It's called a PSP battery pack. It's very small, doesn't last very long, and that's like my biggest complaint about the PSP, honestly. But yeah, the battery only lasts like 5 hours max, I think. But for me, honestly, it's not even 5 hours. I've been using this battery pack for a while, so now it only lasts like 2 or 3 hours. I don't remember exactly. That's not a big problem nowadays, because I only use it for like 1 or 2 hours. But back when I was younger, I remember I was always charging it, and it was so annoying. Also, I think that the fat version had like a bigger battery pack. This one is for the slim models only. So if you have to change the battery, always look that up. Always be sure that it's the right battery pack for your PSP model. Also, as you can see, the PSP only has like one stick, one analog stick, and that is annoying. That is very annoying. Also, it's not very comfortable, as I said in the beginning of this video. And the fact that this one is not really comfortable, the one that it has is not comfortable, and then it also lacks the second analog stick. It doesn't make it the most comfortable console in the world if you want to play like for several hours, because that's the thing. If you only play for like an hour, then it's fine, honestly, it's okay. The problem with it is only like if you want to play a lot of hours or like long sessions, basically, then the battery is not gonna last very long, and at the same time you're gonna get your hands very tired. Can you even say that? I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna get tiring for your thumbs, or your thumb, I should say. And then the fact that you don't have like the second analog stick means that you have to use these buttons right here to look around, which is very weird. It's gonna take some time to get used to that. If there is like a lot of cuts in my videos now, you know why. I can't speak, so that means that I have to cut out all the stupid things I say. Some stuff I'm just gonna leave in the video, honestly. It doesn't matter. As long as you can understand me, that's fine. But yeah, the PSP is a great console, honestly. It has a few cons, it has a few, you know, annoying things, but it's still like an amazing console to this day, and I still use it. The PSP and the PS3 have been the only two consoles that I've been turning on every single year since I've had them, and I've had them for more than 15 years, so I'm not counting the PS4 and the PS5. Nowadays you can get the PS Vita, which is like technically better, but I like the fact that the PSP is not like super strong, super powerful. I shouldn't say strong. What does that even mean? Very strong console. It's not very powerful, but that's fine. Like I like that about it. I don't really want something that distracts me for too long. And it's also like the main reason why I always go back to it. It's simple and it just works. Fun fact, you can use the PSP to remote play a few PS3 games. It's like only a few of them, not many of them. And you can basically play those few PS3 games on your PSP. You can also connect the PSP to a TV. It requires like a specific cable that I don't have. And if you have like the PSP Go model, then you can use the PS3 controller via Bluetooth to play on your PSP, which is really cool. If you're watching this video because maybe you're thinking about getting the PSP, do your research first. I always advocate for being mindful and intentional about what you buy, so that's why I talked about the downsides, cons that this console has, because I don't want to like make a video that's like an ad for this console. These are all like things that I like about it, but it doesn't mean that it's for everyone. The great thing though is that at least it's very cheap nowadays. The games, UMDs, and the console itself are all like very cheap, especially compared to the PS Vita, which is like better overall, but it's also a lot more pricey. Both the console and the games for it are very pricey, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit more chill. I'm trying to be a bit more chill in my videos because I get so nervous when I'm making them, and I realize there's no reason to get this nervous. It's just a video, so I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, let me know what you think about the PSP and how long you've been using it. If you're a new PSP owner, let me know what you think about it nowadays, because I realized that my opinion on it might be different because I've been using it for a very long time. I wonder how it's like to play a console like this nowadays for the first time, so let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!